Hey, muy buenas a todos, chavales, aquí Ángel, hablando un poquito de este juego. Voy a intentar seguir, entre comillas, este juego, a ver qué tal. Bueno, vamos a ver un poquito la historia, vamos a cachondearnos un poquito y voy a tocarme un poquito los cojones. ¡Comenzamos!
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Vale.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Vale, vamos a ello. Este hombre se llama Stanley, ¿vale? Stanley, o no sé. No, nunca me he decidido a hablar bien inglés, entonces por eso se acaban siempre suspensos. Vale. ¡Cállate, coño, ya! ¡Coño! Acabo de empezar y ya me está rayando. Vamos a ver. A este tío nos han dicho o que le hagamos caso o que pasemos de él, ¿vale? Este capítulo yo creo que voy a pasar de él, ¿vale? Entonces, bueno, vamos a ello. Uy, la puerta. A ver las páginas porno, ¿dónde están aquí? Joder. ¡Páginas porno! ¿Dónde están? Ya está.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Vale. Entonces, ahora empieza a mandar. Nos ha dicho que vayamos a la izquierda. Anda, pringao.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Vamos.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Oye, ¿queréis? ¿Queréis una Coca-Cola, agua, limón? ¡No tengo Fanta!
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yo quería mi Fanta. ¿Un café? Tampoco hay café. Son pobres.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Pues no, yo voy para adelante. Ah, pringao.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
¿Cómo? Despedí hace años. Qué vergüenza. Entonces ahora mismo es como si... Espérate, no puedo tirarme para abajo. ¡Hostia!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leaped from the platform and plunged to his death.
¡Jódete!
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Me quiero tirar. ¿Qué? ¿Qué polla es esto?
All of his co-workers were gone.
¿Qué polla es esto, tío?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ajá. Vale.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Bueno.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
Ahora nos vemos donde estábamos antes.
Years ago.
Vale, ya estamos aquí. Ahora no me voy a tirar, supuestamente. Y voy a coger por aquí. A ver.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
me podría tirar otra vez, pero no quiero.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting.
Hola.
Someone you forgot.
Yo quería suicidarme.
Please.
A que me suicido otra.
Trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her.
Vale. Tiro por aquí.
Your chance to redeem yourself.
Okay.
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Yo no quiero cuartos oscuros. ¿Entro? No entro. ¿Entro? No entro. Que yo no quiero cuartos oscuros. Hijo de puta.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to
yo no quiero coger el teléfono.
Reach out to her.
No quiero.
If you can truly place your faith in another.
Bueno, voy a coger.
Then...
Ay, Dios. ¿Qué le ha pasado a Stanley? ¡Stanley! ¡Stanley! ¿Qué? Hostia, ¿qué coño? ¡Hijo de... ¡Hijo de puta! ¡Hijo de puta! ¡Hijo de puta!
I'm trying to make a point here,
¡Hijo de puta!
I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
¡Hijo de puta! ¡Hijo de la gran puta! Nena.
This is a very sad story about the death
Nena.
of a man
Nena,
named
ven.
Stanley.
¿Cómo que una historia sobre la muerte? Buenos días, empleado. Pero ¿qué pollas esto? ¿Serio?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his
¿Pero
existence.
esto qué polla? Seleccione 9.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Vale. Esta es la vida de Stanley, ¿vale? El tío era un puto pajero de mierda que tenía un puto maniquí que se la tiraba todos los días. Entonces, vamos a presionar a ver qué nos cuenta esto.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions.
¡Cállate ya! ¡Cállate ya! ¡Cállate ya! No te quiero ir, hijo de puta.
Each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Quiero ver la tele.
And so he began to fantasize
Pero qué pollas
his
esto.
own job.
Pero qué coño.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
¿Esto qué?
The thought excited him terribly.
¿Esto qué polla es, tío? Pasar tiempo.
So, he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind the door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful.
Si vas a seguir hablando, vete a la mierda. Vale. ¿Cómo que preparar la cena? ¿Pero qué polla es esto?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a...
Voy a bajar un camino, no me cuadra. No me cuadra. Está limpio. A ver, ¿qué nos dice este mierda? Es que no... Ay.
It was such a wonderful fantasy.
¿Cómo que para cortarte las uñas, tío? Es que, la verdad...
And again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end. that he might always feel
Quiero
this
salir de
feeling.
aquí.
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Follarme la mente. Dice a tu esposa que la ama, pero ¿cómo
But
ves?
there is no answer.
¿Pero qué coño?
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he
Páginas
gets,
porno.
the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Joder. Ir a dormir.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can you just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
¡Cállate ya!
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
¿Cómo?
Stanley pushed a button.
Por favor, muera, ¿cómo que?
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
Pero qué... Pero qué polla es esto, tío. ¿Qué? Me voy a cagar en tu puta madre. Hijo de puta. Hijo de puta. Hijo de puta. Pero... ¿Qué? Pero...
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a
¿Qué
matter
es
of
esto,
time.
tío? Vale, chicos, vale. Lo dejamos por el próximo capítulo porque es que... ¿Qué polla es esto, tío? Madre mía. Like y favoritos. Hasta la próxima, chicos.